Hey guys, I hope you're doing good. I have one thing from Goodwill to show you and also a Christmas DIY to show you that I made. I know you're like, it's just November, but I think it's really important to do Christmas DIYs. If you see a tail going back and forth, that's my cat. That's Bella. But I think it's really important to do Christmas DIYs and some Christmas giveaways in November because it gets you ready and also it gets your home decorated. And we all want to start decorating our home for Christmas. Or I shouldn't say all, but a lot of us want to start in November. So anyway, I just went by Goodwill. I only got one thing, so this is not a Goodwill haul per se, but I wanted to at least show you this since it kind of goes along with our theme. This was $2.99. It's a shadow box. It has bells in it. And it also says, "'Tis the season to be jolly." What I liked about this is the back comes out. So it's just like a frame. It has these little clamps. And I can replace this background. I could use any kind of scrapbook paper I want to. So I'm probably going to take a look at Michael's and see if I can find a good print to put back here. Now, granted, this print is really cute and it's hard to tell on here, but it is quite wrinkled, and that's probably from the sun. I'm not really sure. And I'm also going to probably utilize some of these bells for a craft. I like the idea of bells being in here. I think that's really cute, but I want to be able to like see the image. So whoever did this before, they went a little bit crazy with the bells, but I like where they were going. So, you know, I don't want to like break the glass, but these will, you can hear them and they do like go back and forth. So I'm going to put that aside, and that was $2.99. So, you know, back here it says $17.99, and it was from Hobby Lobby. So I think for a Hobby Lobby frame that was in pretty good condition, that was a good deal to get used for that price. Okay, so yesterday I went to Michael's, and if you haven't been to Michael's right now, y'all, there's so much Christmas stuff. It's all like 40 to 50% off. I think most of it's 40% off. But it's hard to figure out like what you want to buy. And I was trying to like look for like the cheapest stuff, and I found some wooden frames, some small wooden frames. And I was like, what can I do with these? They had little wooden Christmas trees. They had wooden, what was it, deer? And I was gonna pick up those because each one was like 84 cents. But when I saw the frames, I kind of started to get an idea. I had seen on Pinterest how the mason jar lids, you can actually make those into ornaments, which I totally am going to try as well for y'all, and put a piece of scrapbook paper in the lids where the middle part comes out of the lid, and hot glue it, and then just glue a little ribbon around the mason jar lid and just hang it on the Christmas tree. So I figured, why can't you do that with frames too? Just like put a little piece of scrapbook paper behind it and then add a little embellishment and a little ribbon, and you have an ornament. So y'all know I love woodland animals. And let me show you the paper I picked out first. So the thing I like about this craft is you can do it any way you want to. You can be completely creative, pick out your own colors, your own designs. So I decided to pick out one sheet that was very glittery and green. I'd recommend using your coupon. These were each $1.99. That is expensive for scrapbook paper, but their regular paper is 69 cents a sheet. These are $1.99 because they're thicker and they have lots of sparkles on them. So as you can see, I cut a circle out, but got a green one. I picked up a red one. This is the Recollections collection paper. And I just thought it was extremely festive, and it was where I wanted to go with this. So, and I just happened to find this little woodland creature sheet, and it inspired me also to do this craft. So you can see it has bunnies and deer. If I did this again, I don't know if I would have used this. The reason being, as cute as this paper is, it's really hard to cut out these little animals. I mean, if you have like precision scissors, like really tiny scissors, and you're really good with detail, then yeah, you know, you could go for it and try it. It was a little frustrating to try to get the animals off of this paper without like bending them or tearing them, but you know, I got a couple out, and I'm sure I'll use this paper for something else, but this was $1.99 as well. And I also picked up some gold paint, which I don't have in here, but I think it was like $1.25 from Michael's. It was just like a little thing of gold paint. That's all I needed to paint my frames. I picked up a sponge brush, which is just that little stick with a little sponge part at the end of it. Only needed one because I was just using gold. And let's see what else. I had a hot glue gun, hot glue, and ribbon, a red ribbon, and that's all I needed. I'll link all of that below. The best way to really see me do this craft, I'm going to show it to you. I know I'm just like talking about it. The best way to really see me do the craft is to go to my blog. I did a whole blog on it. I took pictures while I was doing it. I am going to link that directly below. All you have to do is click on the link. It will tell you what you need to buy, how to do it, pictures of me doing it. So please go over to craftsandcamera.com and check that out. But again, click the link below because it will take you directly to that page. But let me show you how they turned out. I was happy with how they turned out. So this is the first one. See if you can see it. It's the little bunny and it has a flower on it. And this was the frame. The frame was originally this color, just a wood color. And I painted it gold. Love the shimmer behind it. I haven't seen anything like this, like, personally. As soon as I say that, 5 other people will be like, I made that last night, but I feel like I came up with the idea to do it like this. I'll give you a little closer look to the bunny. And again, as you can see, I did not get all the white cut. I felt like it stood out more too to have some white on it, but also, I mean, I couldn't get all that white cut off, so I did the best that I could, and I strung a ribbon through here, and I just hot glued it. I need to put some hot glue right there, actually, but to make a little loop. And I took the paper, and I put a dab of hot glue on all 4 sides of my frame before putting the paper on there. And the best way to cut the paper is just to put your frame face down. Let me show you. Okay, so you have your paper. Use this side that's blank, not the sparkly side, because it's going to be really hard to trace the sparkly side. All you have to do is put your frame down, use your pencil, do that little circle right there. It'll be open when you don't have this paper there, and you'll have your little circle. And when you cut it out, cut it a little bit wider than you traced it. Reason being, you need a little bit of extra paper to be able to press down on the glue. You don't want the picture to like come through the circle. You want it to be a little bit larger than the circle. So you see how I traced it, but I cut it a little bit bigger? That's what I would recommend doing. So this is my rabbit one. I'll give you one more look at that. Really sparkly. And I'll show you my next one. And you can do anything with these guys. I honestly almost did like a cupcake themed one. Like, I know sweets are really in, and I had like a pink sparkly page, and I had like a sweets page I was gonna glue in there. So I still may do something along those lines, like as time goes on with my Christmas DIYs. But I wanted something I personally wanted to hang on my tree, and my theme really isn't like a Candyland type theme. There's nothing wrong with it. I'm just doing like red, green, and gold. So I figure I can put these on my Christmas tree. So this is the bear. You can see he's walking. There's some leaves. And I mean, you can do the frame this way or this way, whatever you want to. And they had different styles of these little wooden frames. But these were the only ones that had like the swirls. You see how they're like fancy looking frames? The other ones were more basic cutouts, and you know, I just like them a little bit more. But you can see on this how I traced the square, and there's a little bit excess left over that I cut it a little wider, and I put some hot glue on there and I glued it right on the frame. And then after that was glued onto the frame, I gave it a minute, and then I glued these little pieces onto the frame. If you wanted to, you can make this more 3D. You can do this, glue on potentially stickers. You could glue on, I don't know, some berries and twigs, a pine cone. You could do all kinds of stuff with this. This is just personally where I went with it. But again, you can do all kinds of stuff with this. I'm already thinking of other things I could do with these. I'm probably going to go back eventually and grab a couple more frames. But yeah, so one more look at my woodland creature ornaments. I hope y'all like those. That's the first Christmas DIY of the season. And I'm going to close here because I do have more videos to make for y'all today. So thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. I'm very happy to have you here. If you haven't subscribed yet, I'd love for you to please hit the red subscribe button below. If you're interested in my social media or my P.O. box, it will be listed below. But highly, highly recommend y'all check out my blog because I'm going to have a bunch of Christmas and holiday crafts on there. I'm building my blog. I don't have a tremendous amount of crafts on there yet, but as we go through the season, I'm going to like put everything I have have on YouTube on there, and on my blog there's even like more resources of crafts and whatnot. And on my blog I do tend to write more about depression awareness in my life and my pets, what's going on. So if you enjoy my channel, I think you would enjoy my blog too. So feel free to check that out. I'll see you soon. Bye guys, have a good weekend.